6 from Catalina is 99% chance getting postponed. I don't know if it'll be a week or 2 weeks.
Hang on one sec. Hey guys, we'll get started in just a sec. Waiting for a couple of you guys still to show up. All right, I got 2 of you guys here. Let's just give it about another minute or so before we get started. We'll see who else joins us. I got Mr. Z and Laura on. Oh, Frank's there with you? Okay, perfect. Good deal. What about, is Alan coming? Do you know? And Marion? Okay, good deal. Well, since I have Frank there with you, Frank, I'll be arriving in St. George tomorrow about 12:30-ish. I'm hoping to meet with all of our agents there to do just a little one-on-one training with them. So what time would be good with you? Anytime from about 12:30 to up until the event. Hey, Marion, welcome. So I see that you're in. So like I was saying, tomorrow I'll be arriving. Let's see, Frank, how about 2:30? 2:30 is already taken. Laura has that. So we can go like 3:30 or 1:30. And Marion, what about you for tomorrow? Marion, can you hear me okay? I'm available anytime. How about let's do 12:30 for you? Does that work for you, Marion? Yes, at the KW office. So I have you down for 12:30. Frank, so either 1:30 or 3:30. Okay, so I'll put Frank down for 3:30. Now that leaves Alan and I'll call him and see if he doesn't come on, see what time he can meet. Did you want me to meet with Kate? Is that her name? Caitlin? Catherine? It's one of those two. I'm sorry. I should probably look at the team log instead of throwing out names. I think it's Catherine. Cat, but K. Okay. Are you going to want me to sit down with her, Daniel? Or are you just going to have her be doing admin stuff? Okay, perfect. Well, I have 1:30 and then 4:30 to 5:30 because I think the event starts at 6:30, so or 6, something like that. But anyway, I will check the flyer now. All right. Well, we got Marion on. Confirm with me later. Perfect. We got 4 of you guys on, so we'll get rolling here. Now, this time is set for you guys. What are you struggling with? What do you need help with? I have no planned agenda because we've been covering daily tasks, Facebook conversion, been beating that pretty hard lately in these morning trainings. So this is your platform in order to ask questions. Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. I can cover anything you guys want in this hour. If you need me to go over Facebook, if you need me to go over how do you add areas to conversion. Areas as far as what are you asking, Laura? Like different cities or towns that are in your area? Okay, I can do that too. Cities and subdivisions. Okay, so that we can't add. The cities aren't in there already. So like what, let me get to a website here. So I'm just going to come into Daniel's account. So if you come and you open my website, okay, so if you go to open up your website and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, if it will ever let me get down there. It keeps loading houses. I don't want any more houses. All right, I'm about ready to set some criteria, so I didn't think you'd have this many. Okay, so here we go. Finally hit the bottom. So it says areas we cover. You have Apple Valley, Central, Dameron Valley, Enterprise, Harrisburg, Hurricane, Ivins, La Verkin, Leeds, New Harmony, Pine Valley, Rockville. It's all the major towns and cities that's covered by your MLS is incorporated into conversion. So as far as the cities, Laura, I would think that they are in there. Now, if we were to click St. George, it brings us to the market update for St. George. So it's saying that there's 10,048 active homes that are for sale right now. Could be wrong, okay? But if we come down a little bit, now we have neighborhoods in St. George. So here are all your subdivisions. So Ledges of St. George. There's 40 listings in that community. 1 new, 2 that have been reduced, and here's your information on that. Average price in Ledges of St. George is $643,000. Okay, the county average is $450,000. Okay, so what were you wanting to do with that information, Laura? And Marion, I'll get to your question in just a sec, and Daniel, so just kind of bear with me. Let's just finish with Laura here a sec. Because what you can do, just FYI, let's say you want to, well, I let you type, Laura. Let's say you want to get this market update to people in St. George. You can target buyers. You can copy this URL. And you can come to, of course, our favorite place, Facebook. And we can go, okay, so you want to learn how to set them up in, okay, I see where you're going with that. Okay, but let me just explain what we're doing here. So we can take that URL and we can paste that URL in here, and it posts an ad for you for Ledges of St. George Real Estate, Find Your Perfect Home. So you can take that link out and say, looking to buy a home in Ledges of St. George. Here is the site that gives you all of the, I'm just making this up off the top of my head, guys. So here's a site that gives you all of the info for the subdivision of Ledges. Okay, so that will bring them to this site, which then they can start looking at the most popular listing. They can get all of the homes that they want. Okay, so where I think you were going with that, Laura, is, Daniel, by the way, you have a new lead, Sutton Worthen. So I won't mess with that one. But I'm just going to come into a lead and pretend here. Okay, so I'm going to come in here to Janine Durbauer. Durbauer. I don't know how to pronounce that. Durbauer. All right. So we come here to the alerts tab. They're looking for a single family home in Little Valley. Okay. So I'm going to, instead of have this city, I am going to change this to a neighborhood. And instead of the value being St. George, I'm going to type in Little Valley. So even though this says Little Valley Elementary School, it's in that neighborhood. So if we select Little Valley and we come in here, Daniel, I'll change that back to St. George in just a sec. So right now they're showing no new homes listed in the last 7 days, but that doesn't mean that this alert isn't saved for them for Little Valley. When a new listing does come up, they'll get it. Does that make sense, Laura? Okay, so let's just pretend that these were listings that came out for Little Valley. We could email the full list to them, we can text it, or we can send these past results to him right now by clicking this. Okay. Yes, you guys will get the recorded version of this session. All right, I think we're good with Laura's question. All right, now Marion, we still recommend using the MLS list or portal for more active buyers. So absolutely, if you've made contact with these leads and you know exactly what they're looking for, definitely use your MLS to get them the exact home that they're looking for. Conversion and this alert here is designed to get them engaged in conversation with you guys. Now, I'll ask my people, do you want me to stop the conversion and I can set you up exactly what you want in the MLS? A lot of people say no, still send me both, okay? So that's up to you on how you want to handle that. All right, let's see. Daniel, the drip campaigns, we'll do it here in a little bit. Let's get these questions answered, okay? Marion, I was looking at a Craigslist ad of mine. I pasted the URL into the browser and it just brought me to a blank page. Also, it is okay. Sometimes it just turns out to be bogus info. Okay, we'll check that Craigslist in a thing here, but I'm going to address Marion's question that is it okay to scrub the new leads, to wait a day to scrub the new leads? So I'm going to tell you no. And I know there's a lot of bogus information in here. And the thing about internet leads, it's about 100 leads to get 30 that have either a valid email or a valid phone number. Out of that 30, you'll eventually convert 1 to 2 deals. If you wait a day to scrub that lead and to call it, they're on other agents' websites looking too, and another agent might beat you to the punch in talking to them, okay? Internet leads is a numbers game. You have to be the first to contact them. Once you are, you get them. We don't want to put all of our eggs into internet lead basket though. That's why we push so hard on developing a sphere of influence and doing pop buys and doing client appreciation events. Because I'm sure you guys probably heard this in Keller land over there. Your database is your business and your business is your database, okay? We need to build that database in order to be successful, okay? It's the foundation of everything that you guys do. Without that database, we don't have any business coming. So internet leads help fill in the gaps of that, okay? Now, just to also comment, if you just wait a day, doesn't conversion eliminate the bad numbers or fund? Yes or no? I would treat every lead as a good lead and not just, every lead is a lead is what it is. Set them up, go through the process, okay? Because I can't tell you how many times we have had people come in and put bogus information. We set them on the alerts of what they're looking for, and they send us a message in conversion. Hey, I'm interested in this house. Can you meet me, or can you get me in touch with a lender? So just because it's bogus information doesn't mean that it's not a potential deal down the road. Okay? All right. Hopefully that helps with that. Now your first part. I was looking into a Craigslist ad and pasted the URL in the browser, and it just brought me to the blank page. Okay, so let me go to one of your listings. So you took this link right here, I assume, which is going to be the same one that's in your Craigslist template, and you posted that into a browser. And it should take them to the property site. That's what that link is designed to do. So that link that I just copied is no different than the one that you paste in your Craigslist ad. I think Daniel hit it right on the head. Make sure you copy the entire link. You might not have got it all. So that's one thing that I'd be sure of, because I know that if you have a property that is active and is still in your MLS, that link will take you to that property. Okay. Good questions, guys. Keep them coming. What else you guys got for me? If you guys don't have nothing, then I'll go on to the drip campaigns. But that one's a long one, so that's why, sure. Can I go over blogging? Absolutely. It's an easy one. All right, so blogging. First of all, I'm going to do a blogging for one of the listings. Let's see if I can find one of you guys here. Daniel Zufeld. Here we go. We'll do the $500,000 one. Okay. All right. So here we have this house. Okay. I want to blog about this listing. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the MLS number, which is right here. Okay. So I'm going to write that down real quick. 16178-927. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, and this is just when you want to blog about your listing and get it out there. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to copy the property. So copy the description. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to look for too is this is in St. George. And even if you have a subdivision, you can even know that. Okay. Daniel, hold on one sec. Let me finish this. So let me just copy this right here. We're going to copy that link. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to notice the price point. It's $549,000, basically $550,000. I can either come here and post a new blog, or I can go to Quick Actions and add edit blog. Okay. Now I'm going to create a title up here. Home for sale in St. George, Utah. You can't use any punctuation in the title. Or how about under $500K. I think, what was it, Daniel? 4 something? It was something like that. So we'll just go in St. George for $500K. Because what we want to put in this title is something that people, okay, so 549, okay, so 550. We want to put terms in the title that people are going to type into Google or Bing or Yahoo. So home for sale in St. George, Utah, under 600K. Okay, so there's our title. Or 4-bedroom, 3-bath home for sale in St. George, Utah. Okay, you can use horse property with a pool. You can use however you want to do that. Things that people are going to type into Google. Now, remember that description that we copied? I'm going to paste that right in there. Okay, now we wrote down that MLS number. I'm going to put the cursor at the beginning of my paragraph. Now, I like to use take it to the house, put it in the house. I now want to insert that MLS number 178927. Put it in here. You can't copy and paste it, but we can put it in the house and hit OK. That's going to add the primary house photo to the beginning of this blog. Now, what I would do after this is I would put to see more property like this fantastic home in St. George for sale. Something people would type into Google, you know, fantastic home in St. George for sale. Click the pictures or links below. Now, I'm going to come and I'm going to open up my website. And I'm going to type St. George. If you mistype and you have to delete, it takes you all the way to the beginning. And I'm a horrible typer. Okay, now it found 825 properties, but I want to put properties in there. I want to put properties in there that match that same price point. So that's 550,000. So I might go 500 to 600,000. Now I found 71,000. It's okay. Okay, I can only leave this limited functions here. Okay, and it has to be in the quick search tab. It can't be in the refined search. It has to be quick search. Okay, it doesn't matter how many it found. I'm going to click found. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to copy that URL. I want to come back to this blog, put my cursor here at the end, and I want to put this in the house. So I'm going to click the house. I'm going to paste that in there, and I'm going to hit OK. Now, what that did was it added pictures to my blog of more homes for sale in St. George in that price point. Now, Marion, you ask, what is that you're putting at the beginning of the description? By me putting the MLS number in here, it adds the primary photo of your listing to that blog. Okay, so now I have the description, I have the price, I have my title, I have my search in there. I'm just going to publish this blog. Now, when I come up in here and I look at the blog, homes for sale in St. George under 600K, Marion, this is what I added by putting the MLS number at the beginning of it. I put that picture of the primary photo. Here's the content of our blog. I just basically copied the description. Then here's more homes that I added that are in that price point. So when they click on this, it'll send them to Daniel's website to look at that house. Okay, now we're not done though. Okay, the reason we're not done is it takes another 2 minutes to do the rest of this stuff. But we've created the blog. Conversion is great for the platform of it, but we need to get this blog out into the web, into the internet. Okay, that's where these little buttons come into place. Now, these are the most common ones that are being used, so that's why they're here. But you're not going to have those if you guys haven't blogged yet. So you have the little plus key. You hit the plus key, and now you have all these that you can use. Now, if you don't have accounts for these, you're going to want to get accounts for these. Okay, LinkedIn, Blogger, it's a Google product. When you create a blogging account, don't buy anything. Just get the free stuff. You don't need to buy any of that stuff. Just create Marion's real estate blog in St. George, Utah. You know, it's just something to be creative. Google Plus, Twitter. You're going to want an account with Twitter. You're also going to want an account with Pinterest. and we'll also put this on Facebook. Okay? So, now this is going to default to my stuff because even though I'm in Daniel's account, it's my computer, so that's why it's going to go this. But for LinkedIn, all I have to do is click LinkedIn. At least it should go to mine. Okay? All I need to do is click LinkedIn and hit share. All right, great. You successfully shared this to LinkedIn. LinkedIn, always friend everybody, but try to stay away from realtors in your area. Okay? You don't need to be connecting with every realtor in St. George. You're not trying to sell to other realtors. You're trying to connect to people in other work communities. So there's LinkedIn. Okay? Blogger. Blogger is the only one where you have to copy your whole blog, picture all the way up to the title. You have to copy your whole blog, and you're going to come into Blogger. Might not let me in it because, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I need to delete this out because my title's already there. Now I just paste in that whole blog that we did and hit publish post. That then sends it out to the World Wide Web through Google. Blogger is a Google product, and trust me, Google loves Google, okay? So anytime so like if you were to do a video, YouTube is a Google product. Videos show up well, okay? Google Plus, you want to be a member of Google Plus because it's a click to share. This is why it's all working. It's going all the John stuff. But goes to already posted to Google Plus. Pinterest and LinkedIn, all you have to do is, if you have the Pinterest extension installed, like I do here, notice up here in the right-hand corner, next to my conversion extension, I have the Pinterest. If you have that, you just need to hover over this picture and click it. It will automatically load Pinterest for you. And believe it or not, yes, you get leads from Pinterest. I create a board for real estate. All you got to do is hit create board and just name it Daniel's real estate page. Daniel's real estate, whatever he wants to name it. Okay? Notice I have the option to post this to Facebook and Twitter. On this portion, I'm only going to have the Twitter checked, and you need to do that in the settings of Pinterest. Okay? By you doing this, you're killing two birds with one stone. All you do now is hit save. Now this is posted to Pinterest. The last one is, of course, Facebook. Blogs, I generally tend to put those on my personal page, okay? But I don't get carried away with them. One every day, one every other day. Don't get crazy posting on your personal page. Or you can post it on a page you manage, which in turn could be your business page. Posting it to my business page, post to Facebook. Now that's on my Facebook business page. It will help get your page likes and get more searchable on Facebook. Okay? So that's blogging about a listing. You guys get the video. There's this same video on the Facebook tab. Okay? Daniel, when you are doing a search and find 10 homes, can you select just 5 of those 10, or do you just need, I just need the criteria, Daniel, because all it's going to do is put in, I think it'll put up to 8 or 9 homes on there. So it doesn't matter. We just want some to add some color and stuff to this picture. Some more clickable properties. Any questions on blogging about your listing? We'll leave it at that for now as far as blogging. Blog about your guys' listing. You guys are doing great out there getting listings. All right. Now let's dive into drip campaigns. Okay, this one might get a little confusing for you guys, but bear with me. I'll be out there tomorrow and we can take a look at that. Okay. So when you want to add a drip campaign, okay, one that we've already created for you, because right now we have you using just the conversion default campaigns. When we want to add that, what we do is come over here to where it says Hi RE Masters. We drop that down and we go to shared campaigns. When it comes up as shared campaigns, we want to come in here and type LUXRE. Find it and hit search. You're going to find a ton of them. Scroll down to the bottom and go to the last page or two. Okay. Now, here we have some drip campaigns that we can use. Okay, so we have the seller. A lot of people have used these and it's gotten this quite messy, but we have ones that we use for a client. We have ones that we use for a seller. Okay, we have ones, and look through these and see what you want to use. Okay. We have our sphere. This is what I was looking for. We have our buyer, okay, and our sphere. So these are the ones that we're looking for. So here is your 8x8 for a buyer, okay. So if we find this that we want to use, we click use this drip campaign. Now we have to name it, okay. We can't leave it what it is. So I'm just going to go DZ 8x8 buyer luxury. I'm going to hit OK. Now, where that takes me is if I were to drop this down to where it says My Settings. That's the page we're on. Now, here are our drip campaigns that are in here. So here's the one I just brought in, DZ 8x8 buyer. Okay. Now, what happens here is on day 7, the subject is 8x8 week 1, mail or email references or resume. Maybe for you, are the other guys frozen too? Let's see if I get a response. Can you guys still hear me okay? Okay, yeah, Daniel, that's just you. All right, so this 8x8 buyer, what this tells it to do is you are going to, so this is a buyer that you've talked to and you want to switch them to this drip campaign, okay? So on day 7, it's going to send you an email saying to mail or email resume and references to that buyer. On day 15, it's going to send this out, the home buying process. Now, it'll auto-populate where it says hashtag first name, so it'll say Bob Jones. And it'll say, I'm glad we could connect. Here's an update of a step-by-step rundown of the home buying process. Please use me as your professional resource and contact me with any questions you might have. I'm not going to read this all for you verbatim, but you can see what it says. That goes out on day 15 by email. Okay, day 20, how much do I need to fund my home purchase? Here's an email that goes out that talks about that. It goes out on day 20. On day 30, it's telling you to call them. So this is how it just keeps you accountable on what to do for 8 contacts over the next 8 weeks. Now, Marin, remember we were talking yesterday or day before, a couple days ago, about a hashtag that triggers a drip campaign. Okay? See right here where it says hashtag? If we were to create a hashtag that said hashtag buyer, Daniel doesn't have a hashtag for that, but if he were to go into anyone and just hashtag them hashtag buyer, then it would be in here. Then whenever he types, when he first looks at that lead and says hashtag buyer, it will trigger them on this drip campaign. Okay? Same thing up here with the sphere, Daniel's luxury sphere. Notice how it's hashtag sphere. So whenever he goes in and he types in, when he first enters the lead, hashtag sphere, it will automatically trigger this drip campaign. So it's just a shortcut that it does for you by assigning hashtags to your drip campaigns. Okay, I know that one was probably a little more difficult than the other stuff we've been doing. It's the first time you've seen it. But once again, I will be out there tomorrow, and we can go over this again in our little one-on-one hour session. Okay? Any other questions while you have me here? Welcome back, Zufel. Any other questions? Okay, that's all right. Well, it usually takes anywhere from about 15. Daniel, I don't send those out. Once you register for this class, it goes out to you automatically, okay? That's the joy of registering for these classes. You get them automatically, okay? So it usually comes out within the hour. I can't tell you exactly when, but within the hour. So hopefully you all have registered for both Tuesdays and Wednesdays 8:30. So if you aren't there, you at least get the recorded version sent back to you guys. I think it's 48 hours, Daniel. All right, well, anything else, guys? Daniel, I have that package for Copper Point. Is that for Arizona or is that for you up there? Do you want me to bring it or leave it? That's for St. George? Sure thing, I'll bring it with me. All right, if you guys want to do this once a week on top of our added trainings, I'll be more than happy to do it once a week for you guys. I just need to know that you guys are going to show up if I block this hour for you guys. So something we can talk about tomorrow. And just let me know what you guys think, okay? All right, guys. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Looking forward to some good Hawaiian food and talking to you guys, and we'll see you later. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.